At a moment when the retail investor is pushing against Wall Street, at a moment when the retail investor is pushing against the institution, at a moment when the retail investor is saying, stop defrauding us, stop, we know what you're doing, we've caught up to your games, and now we're going to give you a little taste of your own medicine in the most legal way. And then in a moment when, as a result, the institution cracks down in several different scary ways on the retail investor, to see a clip that you're about to see is absolutely frightening. And I think it's the epitome of the problem. And I think unless we fight back against this, then we're going to be in big trouble. We're going to see exactly what we keep seeing for the last many years, in 2008, etc., happen over and over and over. And it's going to be for nothing if we can't seize this moment by understanding exactly what the problem with this is.
The speculations drawing comparisons to the infamous exploits of Jordan Belfort. He's known, of course, as the Wolf, the original, the real Wolf of Wall Street.
CNN literally has no shame. They're introducing him like he's the Dalai Lama or Jesus Christ himself. This is a guy who defrauded over $100 million out of thousands of investors. Not only that, because I do believe in forgiveness and I do believe in free speech, but he's a guy who also fought tooth and nail to keep the proceeds of his book, to keep the proceeds of his movie, and not to pay back, or to pay back small amounts to his clients that he fucked over for many, many years before he got caught.
The actual Jordan Belfort is with me. In 1999, he pled guilty to money laundering and securities fraud. After release from prison, he became a motivational speaker and wrote the memoir inspiring the movie. Jordan, it is absolutely brilliant to have you all on the program on this particular story.
Why is it so brilliant to have him on? And then to quickly gloss over the fact that he pleaded guilty to money fraud, and he basically defrauded over $100 million out of thousands of middle-class and hardworking investors. Why are you quickly glossing over that? Why is it brilliant to have a guy like that on at this specific moment? How about you have the actual victims on and talk about how they feel about this? Because I'm sure they have a pretty interesting perspective about getting defrauded. I'm sure they have an interesting perspective about losing money as retail investors. I'm sure they have an interesting perspective against fighting back against the institution and how the institution could fuck you over for so long. They're so smiley. They're so excited. They don't understand what's happening. They don't understand that this is a serious moment. This is a sad moment for a lot of people. How are you smiling when there are people who are your victims, who you stole millions and millions of dollars from, over $100 million dollars from, and you're just and they're still waiting for you to pay them back, and they've spent so much money in legal fees to try and get the money back. Meanwhile, you're living this lavish life where you're a motivational speaker. Is there any remorse there? Are you really buying this? So it's almost a spit in the face for these, even though I believe in free speech, forgiveness, all that, but I still think it's hypocrisy. It's a spit in the face for, at this moment when the retail investor is saying, stop it, to have this guy on all the channels and to pump him up, and for him to be saying, I agree with the retail investor in this scenario. Can we just think for a moment about how his victims could potentially feel watching these interviews? How they know that they've been showing up to court trying to get their money back, and how a team of lawyers is trying to stop them and prohibit them from getting any of the proceeds from his book or his movie. And they're sitting there broke when they entrusted him and his company back in the day with hundreds of thousands of dollars of their hard-earned retirement. Can we just think about them for a second? Yeah, that would be ideal. But it's unfortunate that we don't, and that they're willing to pump up this guy instead of the victim, and that's exactly the problem. And why? Because they're the institution. They're exactly what you're fighting back against. And so that's what I think. And I'm curious to know what you guys think in the comments below, because I do believe that there are a few different perspectives and a few ways you can look at this. So please comment below and let me know what you guys think about this. Let me know what your take is on this. And, thank you so much for watching. If you like the content, please like, please subscribe. I really hope you guys have a great week, and we'll see you next time.